Building muscle or losing fat. It is usually recommended to do one or the other, especially if you are not a beginner. But is it possible to do both at the same time? Bulking, where you eat more calories to gain weight and build lean mass. And cutting, where you eat fewer calories to lose weight and burn fat. The traditional method for bodybuilder is to continuously switching back and forth between bulking and cutting every few months. It is different for beginners and advanced individuals. For beginners, their body is in a state where it is easier to gain lean muscle and lose fat. This is truer toward overweight beginners, who do not have much muscle to begin with. So when they eat fewer calories while working out, it is easier for them to burn stored fat in their body and develop the neglected muscles. The non-beginners, like the advanced bodybuilders, it is harder to do both gains and loss at the same time. In the fitness world, there are many methods in developing a healthier body. Most of them are just different forms of recompositioning, which is very much a fancy term for different modification of how people do bulking and cutting in their diets and workout. What happens when you are bulking? When you bulk up, your goal is to gain as much lean mass as possible while putting on as little fat as possible. During bulking, hormones and body chemicals move toward anabolism state for body growth. When this happens, your body is not only growing muscle but also fat. And as you continuously bulking yourself, your muscle building slows down, and eventually you end up storing a lot more fat than building muscle the more fit you are. What happens when you're cutting? So if you're cutting, the main goal is to lose body fat and some weight while retaining the muscle you have or lose as little muscle as possible. During the cutting, the hormones and the body chemical move toward catabolism state where the body starts to break down things like fat for energy. When you hit a certain limit of weight loss, a problem arises. Your body then begins to go into survival mode and start storing up fat and use protein and lean mass for energy instead, which means you will start losing more muscle instead of fat. When bulk and cut at the same time, your body switches between anabolism and catabolism in a short period interval. But there is a downside to it. You can build up muscle, but it will take longer time to do so compared to someone who's bulking. And you can lose fat, but it will take a longer time than someone who's cutting. And it only gets harder to become lean and muscular as time goes on. Is your genetic right for it? Anything is possible. Genetic and family history also play a huge role on how your body will develop. There are rare situations where people have their body fat drop and their weight going up. There are people who are on weight loss diet and manage to lose no lean mass, and they even gain a little bit of muscles. It is a lot easier to go the traditional route of bulking and cutting if you want to build muscle or burn fat. However, personally, I recommend trying carb cycling. Carb cycling is basically tricking your body to stay in a moderate metabolism while you are alternating between low carbs and high carbs diet daily. Confused? What exactly is carb cycling? Your diets consist of carbohydrates, protein, and fat. When you are on a carb cycling, your protein and fat intake are very much stay the same each day. But depending on when you work out or go to the gym, your carbohydrate intake will change. Usually, for professionals who are on a carb cycling diet, on the days they are resting, their carb intake is low. On the days they train, they tend to increase their carb to either moderate or high carb intake. So what really happens when you do this? The traditional way of burning fat is to have fewer calories, whether from diets or exercise. The problem with this traditional calories fat burn is that eventually it will backfire due to low metabolism, and the body eventually go into a survival state and start to store fat instead of losing it. Anabolism hormones will drop, catabolic hormones will rise. When this happens, muscle tissue is at risk of wasting away, and although there are increased fat loss in beginning, it will eventually come to a stop as your metabolism drops. By cycling high carbs day into your low carb schedule, you can stop the drop of your metabolism due to a loss of calories. Theoretically, by switching in and out high carb day, it will help reset the catabolic state of the body with added carbs and, more importantly, add calories. shifting things into anabolic state, which will help you build muscle while burning fat at the same time more efficiently. I hope you liked the video and learned something from it. Thanks for watching. For more video and info, click here to subscribe. Thanks.